So one of the comments I receive a lot is that if I had really suffered through the abuse, I wouldn't talk about it. This is a misunderstanding based upon TV and movies where people are meant to not talk about it, just have it inside them and eat them alive until they slowly and silently die and nobody knows what happened. I've always spoken about things. Possibly because I was raised by my grandmother, who always was honest and open about things. She talked to me when she needed somebody to talk to. And in return, I always felt like I could be very honest and open and talk to her. I don't have her anymore. So, now why stay silent? Most of the time you stay silent about something because you're ashamed of it. Because you blame yourself and you don't want people to know that you allowed this to happen or that it didn't happen to you at all. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of something that somebody else chose to do to me, no matter how much they want me to be ashamed of it. You know, growing up, it was just a part of life. The family didn't care. Kathy will tell you herself, oh, your mother made her choice. Her choice was to be with an abusive man, so you don't get to complain about it. It was her choice. Okay, well, it wasn't my choice. Maybe my mother chose to be with an abusive man. That shouldn't affect the children that she had. Her children did not choose to be with that abusive man, so why should her children be silenced about it? Just because Kathy doesn't want to hear about my mother's choices. See, Kathy feels if you make a choice like that, you don't ever get to speak out about it because it was your choice. Well, it may have been my mother's choice, Kathy. And she made that choice for her children, but her children don't have to agree with that choice and live with that choice and allow it to eat them up inside. I speak out because I need to be heard. And I haven't lied. If you just go back and listen to Kathy's videos without mine at all, you can just listen to hers and you can hear every time she starts to tell the truth and then pulls back on it and it says, but it wasn't that bad. It was no big deal. It was her choice. I wasn't there. She didn't die. But she did eventually die, didn't she, Kathy? At 56 years old, my mother died. And you want to pretend that the abuse had nothing to do with that. My little brother died at only 23. And his entire disability was because of the abuse. So don't tell me that he would have been that way anyway. He would have died young anyway. And I know you don't care about my brother. This will just make you go leave more piss at his grave. Because that's the kind of spiteful, hateful woman you are. Just like when people say that people who are suicidal, they never talk about it. That's not true either. I know for a fact that's not true because I heard my own father talk about it, threaten it, long before he did it. Maybe that's why I talk about it. Because it's what I'm used to hearing when we get upset, when we can't control our emotions. Because I come from a family that does not have emotion control. Both my mother and father were completely unhinged. And yet y'all expect me to be normal. And you can say all day long that my sisters aren't like me, but you've not proven that. You haven't proven that my sisters aren't like me. As a matter of fact, my older sister has a fucking record a mile long that would show the exact opposite. That would show that she started getting in trouble and having children as a teenager. Which is something that happens when your family is extremely fucked up. And all of these things are documented and all of these things are out there and people will still tell me that they know I'm lying just because I'm honest about it. I'm not lying. The rest of my family has lied. To sweep it under the rug and pretend like I don't exist. There is nothing that they can say that will make me go back on what I know is true.